Tell me something about your store and what you sell.
We sell products to law enforcement and any other designation of professional that's legally entitled to have them. Private detectives, private investigators, security officers. There are numerous professions in this country that are legally entitled to have badges. We've also made badges for the military.
Is it legal to sell the badges to non-police personnel?
There is something like the 7 dirty words. If those words are on the badge, then it would be illegal. The words are something like police, sheriff, deputy, marshal. Those are words that could deceive a reasonable person into believing that it's authorized by a law enforcement agency. Under those conditions, and that is the law, it then would be illegal.
Say myself walking here and wanted to buy a badge. How would you determine my status for being legal?
I would first ask you what type of badge you're looking for and what you would want engraved on the badge. If you said I'm a private investigator, there would be no problem about that. If you said, as we've already had undercover people come in here testing us, I need a badge for my father-in-law. He used to work for the city of Fort Lauderdale. And they are told the same thing. You need a letter authorization from the chief of police. When you come in with that, we can make the badge for you.
How do your customers get the badge over the internet? I understand that you...
Well, we have a secure ordering line where they have to fill out an order form. On our internet site, there are conditions of sale. The conditions of sale are very simple. If you're ordering something which has a police designation in what you're ordering, you must either fax or mail us a copy of your ID.
How would you verify it? I mean, other than
well, a police ID will have the officer's name, the name of the department, and it's usually signed by a supervisor or the chief of police. If we have any doubts as to who he is, we can always call the department and verify it.
Are you concerned at all about the misuse of police property like this?
Very concerned. I fought for a number of years to have laws changed, to have people who are doing this on the internet to be investigated by enforcement authorities, mostly to no avail. It's not a high priority crime. Many of the people selling things on the internet are either retired officers, retired federal agents, or people who have friends in police departments where they can get badges and then sell them for a profit.
How do you distribute the badges once they make an order on the internet?
We ship only by United Parcel Service, which needs an adult signature to be signed for.
Okay, anyone over the age of 18?
18. It's on our internet site.
Okay, anything else, Cliff?
Yeah, a couple quick questions.
All right.
How many sales do you think you make to collectors, not non-police types?
I don't sell to collectors per se because collectors want badges that say police on them, so that prevents me from selling them. I don't solicit collectors. I did it one time, about 2 years ago, but there were too many problems. There were undercover officers that came in. There were questions. The FBI came in. It really was a hassle, and to disrupt my business to sell 1 or 2 badges in the course of the year is really a waste of my time.
But it is, if you don't put police on the actual badge or sheriff, or as you were saying, you do sell to the public.
Well, I'll give you something very interesting. A couple of years ago, we got a phone call from a big computer company, and they
look at me when you're asking.
And they wanted to make a badge for their shipping clerk who got back the returns of bad computers. And I said, well, what do you want us to engrave on the badge? He says, I want you to put our name and then put down shit inspector. Well, we checked and we said there's nothing wrong with that. He evidently felt that's what his job was, and for a joke, we did make it.
Right.
But anything legal can be had.
Today we actually purchased a badge also that said Canton and Massachusetts on there. Do you think someone who buys a badge like this could possibly, even though it doesn't say police officer on it, doesn't say police or sheriff or sergeant on there, do you think that possibly someone might mistake that?
Well, let's put it this way, and I'm going to give you a very graphic example. I have on my waistband a badge that I bought recently at a flea market. You'd like to take a close-up of that. Believe it or not, when you get real close, this is part of a toy set, a badge, plastic handgun, and handcuffs. and it can be purchased for $3. And I can tell you, we're only standing 3 or 4 feet away from your camera. This could be used to deceive someone. There's no doubt about it. And yet they're sold in toy stores everywhere in the country.
But do you think your badges could be used to deceive somebody?
Definitely. There's no doubt about it. But basically, when someone who's legally entitled to have someone, it's like, let's say, take away the cars from people who become involved in an accident which kills somebody. You just can't do it. You're going to have people out there who are going to do these things, and unless the authorities crack down on it, it's going to continue to happen.
So do you think there's some people who may have been buying badges from you who are using it for purposes that are not too ethical?
I have no way of knowing unless someone is caught in the commission of a crime and would say to the arresting officer, I bought it from this person. Then they would come into me and ask to see the receipt, a record of it. This has never happened with me. I am ultra-conservative because I have no desire at this stage of my life to have those type of problems.
Okay. So how do you stop someone from using this badge? How do you stop selling the badges getting into the wrong hands?
It's almost impossible. You can go to most any gun show in this area on any given weekend and purchase a real police badge without any identification. That's just something that has not stopped. I personally have written letters to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and I've never received a reply from them.
I see. So if anyone were to use your badge for unethical purposes, what would be your reaction?
Well, I would feel badly about it, number one, but again, as I say, I can't close up a business where 99% of my product is used legally, and you may say that 1% isn't. It just wouldn't be right. We'd have to close up a multitude of businesses. You'd have to close up a hardware store. People are killed with hatchets, with hammers. They're sawed in half. All kinds of crimes are committed. Almost anything can be used as a lethal weapon. And as one police officer said to me, I don't need a badge to get in your house. I stick my gun in your face. You'll open the door quick enough.
Well, the police, what the police say, and we're going to be interviewing cops today as well, they think like there's no reason why these badges should be, bought and sold.
Well,
what do you have to say to that?
there is a reason, because we have police officers themselves who misuse their badge. I can show you newspaper articles, many articles over the past 2 years where police officers have illegally used their own badge, and yet they're still working today.
I see, but the police are saying that for collectors or anyone to get their hands unethically on a badge that looks fairly real, they're against it. They know it's legal.
Well,
it's just bad.
Well, it's just bad. Well, let me say this to you, and I've been around over 40 years working in law enforcement in a civilian capacity. Police do not want you to have guns. Police do not want you to have badges. Police do not want you to have body armor. You tell me what makes a police officer's life more valuable than mine.
Okay, good. Anything you want to throw in there that I didn't ask?
Well, not throw in, but I did want to show you a situation where the Secret Service is selling their badges for a tremendous profit. They go to these gun shows, and I have pictures of the agents in the newspaper selling their own badges. They buy them for $350, and they sell them for upwards of $1,500. Everybody knows about it, but nobody's doing anything about it.
I see. Okay, that's good. I'm just, to be fair, I want to say, is there anything else you want to throw in that you think we should know? I mean, it's a controversial issue, like many controversial issues, and I just want to give you that opportunity.
Okay, here's the badge that I wear now, and I'm not a police officer. Should I be arrested? We're going to take a close-up of it. And what it says on this badge is law-abiding citizen. Should I be arrested for wearing this, sir?
Right. I see your point.